friend of ours for many, many years. His family, his brother Gene, was our bus driver, Jim and myself, when we were in Mountain Heart for several years. And Gene is as close to a brother as anything I've got. Dwight had a hard time the last few years. He was the hardest working man I knew of. I mean, his hands, he was kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. His hands were so rough. He did mason work. He was had cattle, and he had milk cows, and he would milk his cows. We'd go to Gene's and rehearse, and just tell you about who Cotton was before we sing this song. He would bring over milk that he had strained the night before, and it was so thick. One time, this is no joke, we rehearsed for 4 days, and I gained 12 pounds while we were there. No joke. Eric, our sound man, was there, and he ate 18 biscuits one morning. That is no lie, 18 biscuits one morning. But great people, and Cotton was a great friend. He loved this song. He was so country that, and he had them cows for so long, every time I'd shake his hand, he'd milk every one of my fingers. That's what happened to all these. They got milked out. Some of that's silly, but he was a great person. He passed away. He had a hard time the last few years. He caught right about the time COVID hit. He was working, and he had some gasoline on his coveralls, and he was doing some welding, and it caught him on fire. And he stayed in the hospital for months and months, and they grafted skin. Cotton was in his upper 70s at the time. And anyway, he made it through that, and his wife stayed in the hospital with him the whole time. And about the time he was ready to get out, she got COVID and passed away, and she was taking care of him. So after that, he got COVID. He struggled with it. Then a few months later, after he was getting better, he started hurting in his hips and having trouble walking. Ended up he had bone cancer. So he suffered with that for a couple years. And then last week he fell. He was struggling walking, and there were people with him, and he fell down the steps and hit his head, got a brain bleed, and he passed away about 3 or 4 days ago. And we were out on the road, and there was no way for me to get home. And I always promised him I'd sing for him. So this is me making my feeble attempt to sing for Cotton. And y'all just bear with me. Great people, and I hope I can do this. This is Cotton's favorite song. He always, I have to tune a little bit to do this. Yeah, we sang it with Cotton. I've sang this with Cotton. I've gotten up on stage with us before and sang it back in the Mountain Heart days. And we always, if they ever had a ramp cooking or anything, and they do this, the McIntosh family, some of y'all might even know him. If you don't know Gene McIntosh, you haven't been anywhere, because he knows everybody. But Amanda, if you got this recorded, we're going to do this one for Cotton. And anybody knows this, you can sing the chorus with this. It's a good one. It's called Shoutin' on the Hills of Glory.
Hills of glory, shout on the hills, shout on the hills, shout on the hills of glory. Let me shout on the hills of God. No more sorrow in this city.